What's up, adventurers? My name is Platinum Phoenix, and welcome back to the Subspace Emissary. Last time, we started the Great Maze, and this time, we're continuing the Great Maze. As you can see, I've already re-randomized my characters, and I apparently am using Bowser again. I have Bowser, Pit, Marth, and Olimar as my characters, so we're just going to get started. So to start this episode off, I want to say that I have used this entire Let's Play to talk about the characters that are actually in the game, but I want to actually go over some of the characters that are not in the game, because believe it or not, there are actually a surprisingly high amount of characters that were either talked about to be in the game, theorized to be in the game, or were about to be in the game, but for some reason they were rejected or were last minute exclusions, and I'm being just destroyed by this guy. Bowser, you're supposed to be the heavyweight. Just punch him. But to start off with the characters that were not in the game, or are not in the game, I think there is no better place to start than the Forbidden 7, which is a group of 7 characters. Technically, it's more like 9 characters, but a group of 7 file names that can be attached to characters, but don't have any characters within the game that match what the file names are. So the first 3 are melee fighters, which are fighters from Smash Melee. Those 3 are Mewtwo, Roy, and Dr. Mario, which actually talking about wow, I just got wombo comboed by a bomb and a laser. Talking about those 3, it makes me wonder why the other 2 characters that were in Melee but not in this game were not included, being Pichu and Young Link. I can think of a reason for Young Link, but Pichu makes no sense to me. Also, if we look at the map, we're back here. So we just need to head back to the right, which is what I was going to say. Thank you for shooting me this way. And we just enter back through here, and it'll land us back in this middle section. But with those 3 melee characters, the other characters that need to be gone over, I need to switch up my characters real quick. We got 27, which is King DDD. We got 9, which is Luigi again. We got 24, which 21, 22, 23 is my favorite character. And then we got Ike again. Luckily, with 31 characters, it's kind of hard to get duplicate numbers out of 4 pools. So that's nice. But the next pair of characters, and I say pair of characters because it is Toon Zelda and Toon Sheik, which have a couple of different theories about them. The first being that they would have worked exactly like the regular Zelda and Sheik do within the game. They would have the transforming mechanic and be able to switch between each other during combat. Also, you get to watch me fail at another fight with King DDD. Why game? Why do you keep making me fight characters with King DDD? I haven't hit him. Do you just kill him? I don't even care anymore. I just wanted to end. Alright. Okay, Captain Falcon, I need you to stop what you're doing. Fire. Okay. I need to focus a little bit more. I'm being just absolutely destroyed. Please don't give him that. I was expecting Mario's dash attack. I forgot that Luigi doesn't have. You know what? Gun combo. Get gun comboed. I hate you. You know what? I'll take you down with Luigi. Oh, that works. That also works. I'm fine with it. But getting back to Toon Zelda and Toon Chic, their file names were found in the game, like I said, for all of these. But for Toon Chic specifically, people theorized that it would actually be Tetra, which is the character from Wind Waker that basically is the stand-in for Sheik. Also, of course, I'm just dead now. I can't believe you would do this to me. You know what? I don't need to defeat you. I'm just going to leave. I don't want to fight you anymore. But Toon Zelda would just be, as the name implies, Toon Zelda. Okay. I'm supposed to be good with this character. Can I not make a fool of myself? I want to become Metal Lucas. Did I just get... He can spike with that move? I didn't know Olimar had a spike. Okay, that should be not the end. Okay, that's the end. We'll taunt him to show dominance. But with Toon Zelda and Toon Sheik gone over for the Forbidden... I just died, I think. Okay, I need to get back without dying with Ike. Okay. Why would you put me over here? Why would you think it's acceptable to put me on this side? Just... Luckily I can dodge through those. I didn't actually know I could dodge through the bombs. But we just need to go through here, and we should be almost back. We just have to climb back up here, which is... I was about to say easy. Game, don't make me a fool. Okay. Turns out when you're trying to do precision stuff with a heavyweight, it doesn't work. But the next character of the Forbidden Seven is Dixie Kong. Dixie Kong was actually meant to play very similarly to how the Ice Climbers worked. It would have been Dixie Kong and Diddy Kong as one character, instead of having both Dixie and Diddy as separate characters. And we got a 15, which is the Ice Climbers, a 25, which is Diddy Kong, a 16, which is Marth again, and then a 13, which is Peach. Oh, that's 3 new characters out of 4. That's nice. Also, Ice Climbers being ranked 2 and also very powerful is nice to have. But now we have to go down this direction. Also, very fitting that I'm talking about how Dixie Kong and Diddy Kong would have played while I'm playing the Ice Climbers. That is a good touch. But for this, we just literally need to fly across here. And not... Basically, we just need to not fall into the pits. Which, easier said than done, but we just need to go up here and deal with this one, which I think is Ridley. Oh no, that's not a Ridley. But back to Dixie Kong. I think it's actually a good thing that Dixie Kong was not put in the game. Just for the fact that Diddy Kong is already ranked 4 and the Ice Climbers are ranked 2. So just imagine matching Diddy Kong's like unexpected projectiles and really good mix-up game with the ability to do it twice as fast because you have 2 characters. Also, welcome to the final place that we have to go. These are all the other characters that we have to fight, and if you can see in the back there, there's 2 Ridleys, because Ridley's fight was fundamentally different both times. but you can only see one Gallium because Gallium's fight was the exact same. It was just with two different sets of characters. So we only had to fight Gallium once, while we had to fight Ridley and then Meta Ridley twice. Also, we just need to fall down here to get to this door. But with Dixie Kong gone over, also her and Diddy Kong playing similarly to the Ice Climbers would have actually been a reference to how they interact with one another in Donkey Kong Country 2, where you control both of them at the same time. But with that being gone over, there's actually only one other character of the Forbidden Seven that I have left to talk about. And it's actually a file name that's kind of contested who it is. The file name is Pramai. Yeah, it's Pramai. So Priamai. Which people theorize is two different things. The more well-known theory is that it was supposed to be Plusle and Minun. Basically, like how Pichu was the Pikachu clone that was added in Melee, it would have been Plusle and Minun in this game. Also, we're just going to go through this door so I can save Nana from whatever was happening over there. Also, speaking of Pikachu, this is an interesting turn of events. It is very difficult to keep track of everything. Okay, Ice Climbers, you're supposed to be the best. The best of the non-best. Oh, well that's super helpful, actually. Good job, Pikachu. Way to be small, I guess? But... Okay. Bye, Nana, I guess. Guess we didn't want to jump for some reason. That was weird. But the reason that people think that Pramai is Plusle and Minun is because it would have translated to give me 1 second. I actually need to go to the left first. We're just gonna jump off the elevator because I don't need it. And this is the whole reason I wanted to go left, because it's technically a checkpoint. So we're getting new characters. We get 5, which is Yoshi. We get 7, which is Fox. We get 31, which is Snake. And we get 19, which is Ganondorf. But the reason that people thought that Pramai was Plusle and Minun is because they believe Pra was meant to stand for Parasuru, which is and then Mai stood for Mai Nan, which in Japanese, I believe it's Japanese kanji, it literally translates to plus or minus, which is Plusle and Minun in the Pokemon games, which is why people thought it could be Plusle or Minun. The other theory was that it could be a random button, or the random button in the character select screen, or that it could be the Mii fighter. The reason for that is because, if I just go down here, there's a key, I believe. The reason for that is because Mai literally translates, or I don't know if it's literally translates, but it can mean every, I believe, in Japanese. And then Pra can mean, people thought it could be short for player. So that would be why people believe that it could have been either the random button, because every player could be any player, or a random player. Also, I'm an egg for some reason. Or it could have been the Mii character, because every character would have been whichever character you decided to make. And we just need to go this way and deal with this guy. I believe I want to go down here first. Yeah. We got secrets. Secrets. Behold. But next up, we just need to climb up here to get, I believe this is the green switch. And also up here is one of the best hidden secrets in the game. Right here is a trophy, or is a box. And it's very well hidden. You can barely see it. But I believe I want to hit the green, and then I want to go through this door to fight whoever this is. Who is here? It is a robot. And I'm decent with Yoshi. At least I like to believe I'm decent with Yoshi. I'm definitely decent with him in future games. Can I be decent with him here? And those 7 file names are the Forbidden 7. But there's also just several characters that were thought about and either rejected or were replaced with other characters. A good example of that second part is actually Crystal from the Star Fox games. She was going to be a fighter to represent the Star Fox world, as well as Star Fox, or Fox and Falcon. But she was replaced, I believe, last minute with a different character. Also, I just got debated by Ridley. Just trying not to die. She was replaced with a different character that we don't actually have access to yet. So I don't actually want to talk about them. But if you have an idea about the Star Fox games, you probably have an idea of what the character is. Also, Giant Fox, now that I'm talking about Star Fox. Can we just take out Ridley with one kick? Hell of a kick, Star Fox. Hell of a kick. Also, Pokeball. Another character, or characters that technically were scrapped, were the Mii fighters, which were the Mii fighters were, like I said, were theorized either to be in the file name of Prom I or to be a different character altogether, but Sakurai decided to scrap the idea because he was worried about people being bullied, I believe online, through the Mii characters' names and everything. But with that being said, we need to reshuffle. We got 3 with Link. We got 29 with Ike for like the 4th time. We got Samus for the 1st time. And we have 8, which is Pikachu for the 1st time. Even though technically I picked them at the very beginning of this level. But we'll just head out with Link. And let me see where I need to go first. Not there yet. I need to go bottom left. So we just need to drop down here. If I can get past all of the fluting? What the hell is a fluting rock? Floating rocks is what I meant to say. Also, I'm happy I get to play as Link because he is, well, he's too tall for fire apparently. But he has better reach than a lot of the characters I've actually played as, so I need to go this direction. And okay, can we not? Can we? Okay, I'll take it. We're just gonna try to get through here as fast as physically possible. Because I do not want to burn. Okay, you're gonna set me on fire now, aren't you? I am so glad Link has decent range. Because I would have burned like 3 times already. Speaking of burning. Okay. Oh no. Did I just... I think I just stood on fire. That was strange. So going back to the characters that are not in the game, Pac-Man is the next one I want to talk about. Because technically he does eventually get into these games. He is in, I forget if, I believe it's in 4. Smash 4 is when he is introduced. But the reason he was rejected, because he was proposed to be in the game, but was eventually rejected by Sakurai, was because Sakurai thought that the idea of having Pac-Man in his original form, which is like the pie shape and everything, he thought it would have been ridiculous and a far-fetched idea to have him be a fighter within the game. So I believe he's actually a trophy within this game instead of a actual full-fledged fighter. We're just gonna hit this so I don't have to deal with it for a second. Run past all this. Run past all this. Can I get through this without dying is the question. I think I can, actually. We're just gonna forget the food because at 365 health, food means nothing. And just run through here. And we just need to go through here. After Pac-Man is the villager from Animal Crossing. Is the next character that was talked about to be in the game but wasn't put in the game. And again, because he was the director of the game, it's because Sakurai felt that he wouldn't have fit the overall idea of a fighter. Villager is another character that was actually added in Smash 4 instead of this game, which, Jesus Christ, by Link and then by QDD. Link got hit with a Waddle Dee and went to space. That was amazing to see. But with that being said, and with the villager being talked about, there is... I actually want to pause here to make sure I'm going the correct way. I am. The next character is actually a really far-fetched one. Like, I've played this game since I was, I want to say 8, and I didn't know about this one. The next character, Animal Crossing. The next character is, the Nintendo, which would have been interesting. Definitely would have been an interesting character, because I feel like people would have started saying, if you hate the dog, that you're animal cruelty, but you know, also, good job, Ike, just awful recovery. Ike, you were the chosen one. Ike! Okay. Can we just... I don't want to deal with the bird anymore. Come on up. Come on up. I don't want to fight you. To get back to the Nintendo, actually, the reason it was denied is because, once again, Sakurai, but more specifically, it's because Sakurai thought that the Nintendo would work better as an assist trophy rather than as a fighter in and of itself. So the Nintendo actually has never been a fighter, despite being thought, or despite having the option or the possibility of being one for 3 games now. Ooh, a snow runt. I'll take snow runt. Just need to go through here, because this door leads to nowhere. Oh, how dare you! And then we just need to go through this door to lead us to another long section. The next... I almost said the next Pokemon again, like I did for Lucario so many stages ago. The next character that was talked about, and actually was almost implemented into the game was Blastoise, specifically on the Pokemon Trainers team. The reason that Blastoise was thought about is because they wanted the Pokemon Trainer to represent a long list of different trainers throughout the world that it could be. So they had Charizard to represent how um, to represent Red Charizard and also Ash's Charizard. So the reason they wanted Blastoise is to represent um, Blue's or Gary's Blastoise, but it was ultimately changed to Squirtle instead of Blastoise because Sakurai believed that Squirtle was one more recognizable and would catch on more than Blastoise would, and two, they wanted a more progression-based um, Pokemon tiers for the Pokemon Trainer, like how the Pokemon Trainer currently has a first, second, and last stage evolution, in Squirtle being the first stage, Ivysaur being the second stage, and then Charizard being the third stage evolution of their respective um, evolutionary lines, is what I'm trying to say. Also, this is this is thematic as hell. Also, Pikachu being the backup is very funny for this fight. Random number generator strikes again to get this. I just hope I don't actually die to this fight, because there is a more than 0% likelihood that I might. And then one of the last characters that was theorized to be in the game, as I die, is Geno from the Super Mario RPG. Come on, come on. Take him out. Take him out. Okay. Don't die. I don't want to have to redo this and lose everything that I've worked so hard for. That's a new move. I didn't know Ridley could do that. This is dangerous. Everything about this is dangerous. Okay, I'm focusing. I'm focusing so much. I'm focusing so hard. I'm focusing so much. I won. I'm at 198 or 49%. I apparently can't read, but I won. And with winning that fight, it actually brings us back to this gate, which is my second cutoff point for the episodes. Um, and also, before I end this episode, Geno from the Super Mario RPG, uh, he was Sakurai knew he was popular, but the inclusion didn't work out. And most people theorize it's because of a rights issue and an agreement issue between Sakurai, Nintendo, and Square Enix, which is the company that owns the rights to Geno. But with that being said, that's going to be the end of this episode. So I hope that everyone enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Next time, we're going to do the third quarter of the Great Maze. As you can see, there are already two portals that are open up that will lead us to different parts. But until then, happy adventuring.